we go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of On the Couch with Friends. And today, I've got four sons south with me. Two of the members, Mr. Peter Toussaint and Rumkat. Yeah, man, guys, thank you so much for joining me today on the couch. It's such a privilege, especially after releasing your brand new EP, which we're going to discuss in full today. Thank you again for Thursday night, being part of Thursday Expose on BurgStudio. Check it out. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, BurgStudio.co.za/FTP. But for now, a little bit of the couch. Peter, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, all those things.
I'm sitting so nicely on this couch. I'm forgetting this all around me. Hey, I'm Peter. I'm a guitarist and a vocalist and the founder of the band Fourth Sun South. I play in a couple of bands as well, a couple of different bands. And I'm enjoying this very much. And next to me here we have...
What's up? My name is Rumkat. I'm the drummer for the band Fourth Sun South. I'm a guitarist in a couple of other bands. I play a couple of instruments, but yeah, I am actually just drums.
So mainly drums, mainly guitar, left
it.
and right. Okay,
That's
fantastic. Now, Carl, starting with you, you are the lesser mature of the two on the couch today.
Oh, my.
Give us a quick... a lot of time. Give us a bit about a breakdown of your musical history, where you come from, those kind of things. Fill our viewers in.
Well, I come from my mother's womb, like most people. I
Yeah,
suppose.
mostly.
But I grew up in Pretoria, in a common place called the Moot.
Die Moot.
That's the plek wat eintlik Pretoria is. And I started doing music since I can remember. I've been playing instruments, started out in, way before primary school, you know. So at the age of 4 or 5, started doing music, got into drums when I was a young teenager, I'd say around 11, 12 years old, and fell in love with the instrument and just kept on playing it. Pissed off my parents with my drums.
Did they at least support you with the drumming?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, I come from a classical background, so I used to play the recorder and the flute and such in high school orchestras and so on. And my parents wanted me to pursue that, and I said, fuck no. I went for the rock. I went for the rock, and then drums and guitars and amps and stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much
But
it.
you're talking about the recorder. I believe that you're also in another band called Stinky Feet?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and you guys have a
Oh,
recorder.
that's it. No, that's it. Yeah, I play in another band called Thinking Feet with an amazing girl called Melissa Osborne. She also has her own solo projects, and then there's my brother as well, Bernard. He does guitars, Mel does guitars, I do guitars and drums and basses and what, yeah.
Fantastic. And who plays the recorder? You still?
Not anymore. No.
Not anymore.
No, I gave that up, it was too hard.
Okay.
So my brother does the recorder on some of the songs, like Irish vibes, Celtic feels to the songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought a recorder can only sound like cock.
It
But
does, but that's alright. Do it anyway.
fantastic, man. We'll get back to you in a second. Give that microphone to Peter.
Yeah.
Hello, Peter. How you doing?
Hello, Mr. La Planète.
La Planète.
Bonsoir, le planet.
You know.
Yeah.
Please pronounce your surname for us the correct way, not the France the Planet way.
All right. The correct and good pronunciation, as it was invented, because it's a French name, is Toussaint.
Toussaint.
Yeah.
Like Toussaint, Toussaint.
However, I am not French. I'm Dutch. I hail from the Netherlands.
Born and bred?
Born and bred.
Okay.
I came in 2003 to South Africa, and so that's now 19 years, just about. And in the meantime, I've gotten used to any possible pronunciation, and I don't care. It's fine.
At least people know you as it's that guy with a strange surname we can't pronounce.
Now, that's why some people have resolved to just call Peter T.
It's easier. I think.
Easier.
It's much
a lot
easier
Yeah.
for a lot of people, I suppose. You say you've been here in South Africa for about 19 years?
Yeah.
So Rumkat was just born roundabout?
I think it was before my birthday.
Yeah.
What made you come to South Africa?
Chicks!
Yeah!
The woman!
It's correct. It's
The
correct. It was the woman who said, "No, you come to South Africa. Nah, you come to South Africa." I said, "Okay, that's cool." And then I came to South Africa and I absolutely loved it here, and I still do. The woman not anymore, but I've decided this is where I am, and this is where I stay.
Fantastic. Now, coming into South Africa, you obviously, not did you, but you obviously had a musical background
Yeah.
before coming to South Africa. From the age of young, medium, what?
Also, no, from the age of very young.
Mother's womb.
I was only allowed to start playing the guitar when I was 8.
Okay.
But as long as I knew this is the instrument I want to play. And primary school, then they ask you, now boys and girls, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut, and I want to be a nurse, and I want to be a policeman, and
I wanted to be a simple chippy, but digressing.
I wanted to be a Beatle.
Mm-hmm. Like the rock band.
Yeah.
Like one of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they told me you can't. But I can. Okay, I understand now. But what they did, that's what I wanted to do, and well, that hasn't changed.
Okay, fantastic. Love it. Now, if I look behind me on the screen, we've got a bunch of videos going.
Yeah.
For Sun South YouTube channel. How many videos have you got on there? What is your recording? what is your recording process like for your videos for YouTube? I see there's a few of you, Peter, sitting in your room, your lounge perhaps, doing some acoustic things. So that is just on a normal phone, sitting there like the Facebook kind of lockdown video, right?
Yeah.
But now for your music videos, playing behind, there's still one behind me right now. This was a jar bar in Weaven Park, Pretoria. Who does the rest of your videos for you?
It is still, because nowadays technology evolves, so it is still cell phones and an iPad, and you press play on all of them together and you start playing, and you record the audio separate, and then you splice everything together, and that's what you get.
Similar to what's happening here today. You know?
I would guess
It's-
so, except
yeah.
you've got nicer stuff than I do.
Oh, you know what? That is borrowed, and that I just bought this week. This sponsored. Same with these things. But anyway,
And they taste amazing.
the watermelon is fantastic, man. I'm not a fan of this year's summer edition, but yeah, try it out. Digressing again. Coming back to some cool ass music for Sun South. I've asked you this in 2020 during one of my shows on BurgStudio.
Yeah.
The name for Sun South. Tell us where it comes from, please.
All right. No, it's kind of easy. I told you I come from the Netherlands, so which is up north, and I went south. And I've got 3 elder brothers, so I'm my mom's 4th son
In the South.
in the south.
Nice, man. Yeah, it rings a good one.
Yeah,
What do
the
you
only
got-
thing is I should have thought about it a bit before just penning down the name and claiming it, and first thing, pronounce that like 6 times quickly in a row.
Try it right now. For Sun South.
But
But I suppose, I suppose you don't have to pronounce it 4 times in a row or 6 times in a row.
This is
Because,
true.
like, for Sun South.
Yeah.
Or you can also just call us.
It's going to sound like a snake bit at a concert.
Now the fact is. I don't know.
Nah, not the same.
But yeah, I did get the name, I did claim it, and I did put it up on the first EP, and so well, I guess you have to stick with it.
Yeah, you got to. Look, you can change it if you really want to, but you're there now, so use it.
Exactly.
I think so. What brought on the project or the band Force on South? Obviously, you being the more mature gentleman in the band, and the rest are substantially teenagers still. Without beards, they look like teenagers.
Everything is relative.
How did it come about? How did you get Rumkat and the others into the band?
Okay, I started doing acoustic shows alone. Me and my acoustic guitar and sing. At that point, during one of the shows, brother Franco Jamnek was there. He said, shall I add a bit of bass in it? I've got my bass standing there. I said, that's cool. And from that moment on, there was two of us. Then came the decision to make it an electric show. Then there was three of us because we got a drummer. We've gone through a couple of changes with Franco even playing drums and having another bass player, then another drummer. At some point, we decided, no, we need an extra instrument because Peter, it's all nice and well when you're playing a solo, but there is nothing behind it.
Yeah.
At that point, Franco said, that hippie there, Rumkat,
the cat man.
why don't you take him on guitars? Oh, okay, that's fine. And so Rumkat joined us on guitar, only later to find out he's actually a drummer.
You guys didn't
Then-
even bother to ask.
Yeah, well, then we moved Karel to drums, and we got Del McCarty, a bra, who also plays in various bands. And asked him, how would you like to join in on guitar? And you don't have to learn all the solos because I will do those.
Right.
And he says, no, that's cool because now I can just sit back a bit. And I like that. Of course, he doesn't sit back; he rocks out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a rock band. Why wouldn't
Exactly.
you rock out in a rock band, regardless of your position? You know?
So hence it came to be. From there on, we made an EP with the single "Secret Place," which, to our surprise, made hit lists.
Nice.
And
When was this? What year was this?
that was in 2020. It was released in April 2020, just when we were in hard lockdown.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I don't have that single. Well, I didn't receive it as a single. I don't think. What was the one before Positive?
Yeah, no, that came only after because now we were in hard lockdown. I just had an EP that sizzled out like a firecracker in the snow.
Oh,
There
shit.
was no bang, but still, to surprise, Secret Place did reasonably well. In my desperation, I did the same thing as you did. I begged, stole, and borrowed.
I don't
equipment.
steal. God damn it! This guy.
No, I'm still in
This guy.
It's
You're.
it's really. You'll get it back one day.
Whoever Peter borrowed anything from in the past, he'll get it back eventually.
And I started writing and recording. And since we were not allowed in close proximity, I had to do it all alone. I recorded What's Behind You? The Sounds Around Your Head.
There we go.
That album. I recorded that, all the songs, and then by the time everything was ready and ready for release, we could start playing again a little bit. And we had the band together. And that's when singles like Positive were released. What other singles did we have? Reflections.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Reflect.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, Hold on actually came later.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm also thinking of Reflections because that's the one just before Positive.
Yes.
I remember. Thank you, Devo.
Yeah. So another sip of Red Bull. By the way, that microphone looks delicious. So if that comes from well,
NT2A.
I'm still looking for a sponsor.
Speaking of sponsors, but before we get to sponsors, pass that microphone over to Rumkat. No, Rumkat, not Rumkat. Rumkat.
Ram. Is dat Ram?
What else, man? Al Amerika's. Studio Ram. Dat is eigenlijk net water. In Red Bull.
Well, are you not allowed to do that in studio?
I hear a lot of moving around in the band. Members being changed around, swapped out.
Yep.
Are you a permanent fixture?
I am.
Do you foresee yourself into the next?
What he says now.
I hope so.
I'm hoping so too.
Yeah, like Peter mentioned, I started out on guitar. We had another drummer. Didn't really work out with him. He didn't grow with the band. Then they put me on the drums, which is actually my forte. So that made it even more awesome to me. It's obviously easier. I'm way more comfortable on drums than guitar.
Of course, yeah.
And yeah, so I figured this is it. This is one of the two big projects that I'm focusing on and trying to make work. So yeah, I'm hoping I'm a permanent fixture.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you're safe.
He doesn't have many years left. So we'll see.
I will outlive all of you. I mean,
Until Peter goes.
I must say, that's what they said when I was leading the orchestra on the Titanic. They said, well, look at us now. Here we are.
Here we are on the Castle Scraps. Oh man, that's fantastic. I love that you guys can be humorous about ages and those kind of things.
Well, actually, as a Joel,
mean-
we've had questions where people asked, "Is that your dad?" We've had.
It's like, no, that's my granddad.
It's like, that's my dad, man.
When it comes to the recording of the drums, on the earlier music that Fourth Son South brought out, was that the other drummer that recorded on that? Was it program drums? I just want to kind of get the feel of when you started getting into the band and as your permanent fixture.
I can't really remember. What did I do? On the EP behind you, Another Mile, the one with
Secret Place.
with Secret Place on. I did the guitar.
You did.
Yeah, I was still playing guitar then.
Okay.
And then just after that, we decided for me to go to drums. So for majority of the time that I've been in the band, or since Fourth Son South started, the majority of the time has been drums.
Okay, fantastic. Now, tell us a little bit more about the EP Machine.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I want to hear your version first before we get to Peter.
I like every song.
I don't know, maybe we should get to Peter first. He doesn't have a lot of time.
No,
Clock is ticking.
I'm interested to hear what Carl says.
I love the songs. Peter does the majority of the writing and everything, the lyrics and the music and stuff. Then he comes to me with an idea, and I take that and put my own drums to it and whatnot. So I'm actually very happy with what came out from all the EPs and what. But especially with Machine, I actually still have to learn some of the songs properly because Peter did some programmed drums, but on Hold On we did a re-recording where we put in my drums, and I think it came out pretty well. It's a fun set to jam. There's awesome tunes.
Yeah.
It's inspirational. It's positive. It's hard rock and you freak the fuck out, but it's not dark.
Yeah, it's not overbearing
Yeah,
for the
it's-
genre, I
yeah.
suppose.
En dis baie lekker vibe om oor te raas. Soos ek sê, is very positive. It's
Yeah.
very inspirational vibes, you know. No, so I'm pretty happy with it, and I love playing the songs. I can play it over and over again. I sit once a week and play through all of them just for the hell of it. So
It's great, man. So you
awesome.
feel the music, you
Yeah,
love the
dude,
music, and
yes.
that's why you do it, I suppose.
And I think the chemistry between Peter and I and Dale and whoever else, everyone in the band that has been in the band, has always been awesome.
Okay.
So we understand each other.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So that it just flows.
That's great, man. It's lovely hearing that a newer generation can still be comfortable with an older generation in a band situation setup. So well done. It's not always the case. I don't think a lot of times younger people struggle to take authority from older band members, or if you get what I'm saying. And it doesn't feel like this is the same situation.
Not at all.
That's great.
Obviously, Peter is the front man of the band,
Sure.
so he does make decisions and do change this and do that. And I have no problem with that because it's always something that helps build the music. There's never a fight about shit like that. It's not
Right.
like, I want to do this and you want to do that. It's like, dude, can you try this? And then, fuck yes, let's do it. Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's
Man.
what it comes down to.
Now, Peter,
Yeah.
Melissa Osborne, part of Thinking Feet, not Stinky Feet. Her involvement, I know we spoke about it on the show the other day,
Yeah.
but her involvement with Fourth Sun South and the track
Tomorrow.
Borrow Better. Yes, I kind of remember it with sorry, I'm sucky with these names, man. Same with the other night I said not machine, but it's not a machine. Thank you for
Not
correcting me on
machine.
that.
Yeah.
So tell us more, our viewers, more about her involvement, where she comes from. I mean,
Sweet.
like you said, Rumkat, she's in another band with you. But God, Peter.
No, I wrote that song. I normally first write music. Because I know there's a lot of people that write lyrics and then feel the music. I first write music, then I go say, okay, what's this song about? And then I start writing lyrics. But as soon as I started writing this, I knew it was going to be a duet.
Mm-hmm.
And fairly early, I had Melissa in mind. I'd heard her do a solo thingy in Pretoria somewhere, and I absolutely loved her voice. And then later I found out, oh, she's in the band with the Rumkat. So it's the line was easy, and so I sent her the track, the music, and the lyrics. Can you do something with this? Oh, I like it. Oh, I love it. Yes. And so I said, okay, no, well, cool. Come then and then to the studio, and she came, and she did an awesome job. Really fantastic.
Really
And it
awesome,
is for the viewers that do not know or understand. The song Tomorrow's Better has an unusual time signature. We don't count to 4, we count to 7 during the verses. And
I had to learn how to count to 7.
yeah,
I could only count to 4.
exactly.
So,
Drummer problems.
Drama problems. But
I'm not a
Melissa,
mathematician, right?
Melissa, oh yeah, yeah. No, that's cool. And then further on, it was no problem, and she just did those takes. Fantastic.
How long did the recording of her vocals take? How many takes? Let's ask how many takes. 4, 5.
Okay, I must explain something also, and that was my learning curve. Before I had my home studio, I would always go to a studio
Mm-hmm.
to record. And studio, you have, guys, you've got 53 minutes left. So you try to do preferably the one take wonder.
Right.
Having a home studio, I don't have those limitations, and I found out that even if I have that fantastic first take, the 15th take is most probably better.
Better. Right.
So I
Always.
go for that, and so I don't know how many takes Melissa used contrary to needed. Of course, I let her sing various takes, and also I have dubbed her voice in, meaning she sings a take.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic. Okay, now you do it again, but then better.
Okay.
That's
That's my best, man.
Okay.
Oh man, yes.
And
No, do it again. Oh, come on.
okay, because and the take. This is the really good take, and now we're gonna see if we can even do better. And then I use that as the primary take, and use the other very good one as a little bit of coloring in. The problem with that is that you must also be exactly, your timing must be
Absolutely.
exactly the same.
I mean, sitting here with 4 different cameras, 2 microphones, all 4 cameras have microphones. To sync that up,
Yeah.
well done, Immanuel.
So, but all in all, I think, including of course, always, the first take is always the nervous one. Okay, now we are comfortable, now we're going to really start. But I think in an hour or so, she was done.
Oh, okay. And when she tracked, is something that I always find interesting. Is it from start to end, or does she take it, or even with yourself, Peter? I mean, you're the other vocalist. Do you guys do one take full-length song, or do you try and break it up into smaller pieces?
It depends. I try to do full song or full verse, because usually it's okay. Now we do that. Sing that verse. But then you usually have here that pronunciation can be better, and here I want that bit more roughness in, and then I start improving on there, and now I've made. It's usually that the first verse takes a lot more cut and paste in between,
Right.
and then the last verse, because now you know it, that goes in one go. Also because in general, when I record the vocals, when I start recording vocals, it means I've written that song like yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know the words. I have the words in front of me, and I'm actually still trying to figure out how the vocal melody is gonna go. It was a lot different with our first EP, where we had been playing those songs live a lot and then recorded them.
Yeah.
With the sounds around your head and machine. I recorded vocals like a day after writing the song.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Madness. And do you experience it similarly with the drum tracking? And even when you played guitar, do you play it straight through, Rumkat?
Dude, my preference is definitely to do old takes. So what we usually do with the guitars, yes, I can't really remember, it was a while ago, but with the drums, I usually do full takes, and we do, let's say, 4, 5, 6 takes, and we take the best ones from that, the best parts from that, and Peter pretty much puts it together, takes out what he doesn't like, puts in the best parts, and so we build the song from 5 or 6 full takes. And that's pretty much what it comes down to when it comes to the recording of the drums.
That's fantastic,
Yeah.
man.
I don't really like to start in the middle, okay, let's drop into this chorus and go. I feel like I lose the touch
Yeah,
of
it's
the song.
I mean, from the beginning, it's a flow, you know, it
then
goes...
I get the flow going, and okay, this part was a bit shitty, but that's fine, so just do it again and focus on this part, then start from the top, run it 5 or 6 or 7 times, maybe 10 sometimes,
Yeah.
and then best parts come out, and there's your drum tracker.
That's great, man. Now, guys, with the new EP, Machine, right? Tell us more about the other songs, not just Tomorrow's Better. My other favorite on the EP would be Not a Machine. Played that also the other night, and I really, that to me personally is currently my favorite track off the EP.
All right. Yeah, not a machine is indeed. I can imagine that you like that. It's got some raw energy in it.
It does. Plus, and I'm just going to interject real quick. After hearing the story of the inspiration behind the track, it just meant so much more to me. You tell the viewers a bit more.
Without identifying anyone.
Sure, yeah.
Now, a good friend of mine, he was working for a company and at some point got this fantastic opportunity to take on a more managerial, directorial, something like that, function overseas.
Okay.
And he said, "Well, that's fantastic." And he moved there to this little place, and later to find out that in the local currency, that his salary was actually, because you have your apartment and you have your car payments, and that must be representative because you represent. And in the end, there was actually hardly anything left for food for a couple of months.
It's terrible.
And meanwhile, his pressure was intense. Then I would speak to him, and then he, I made 70, 80 hours in a week.
Yeah, that's like 11, 12 hour, 13 hour days.
Yes.
5 days a week.
Yeah. I know, I slept over at the office again. Things like that.
Wow.
And we had discussions. Please, dude, you're not a machine. You must tell. Yeah, but they don't give a fuck. And now I'm here, and it's fairly impossible to get away.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for another job, but the place is not so big, and you sit on a work visa. Hey, difficult situation.
Challenges.
So that whole thing inspired me to write Not a Machine. This, au contraire, in contrary to actually most of the songs of Fourth Son South, where I try to look at life or at an aspect of life or something, and I try to look at the positive side. Try to look.
I mean, you've got a song, Positive.
This is correct. I try to look at hey, there's that silver lining coming through. Hey, it may be cack today, but tomorrow's better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. All pulling in together from Positive, the previous EP, on the previous EP, right? Positive?
Album.
Yeah. To Tomorrow's Better and a bit of Not a Machine.
All right. So hence also the song that had been released as a single last year, Hold On. Hold On. And that's the whole idea of Hold On is, dude, you may be ignored, you may be looked over, but just do what you do. Give it your passion. Do what you do, and you will get there. Hold on.
A man full of positive energy and words. I mean, every time I speak to Peter, then there's in his word that beautiful velvety voice. There's some positive message. So I implore you to go listen to his Fourth Son South, especially the lyrics, and learn more about their story. But coming back to the show, Peter.
Yeah.
Right. What else? Tell us something nitty gritty about the band. No, actually, Rumkat. Take the microphone. The young'uns know more. Tell us something that no one really knows or should know, but the rest of the world's gonna find out soon.
I'm always in the ship.
Okay.
Because I never rehearse my stuff, I never practice my things, and Peter is quite the slave driver when it comes to this. So I get about 100 messages a week. Hey dude, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you doing this? Have you done this? Have you done that? People shouldn't know this, but yeah, now you guys know. I'm actually the naughty one who doesn't do my homework at all.
Is this something that's come throughout your whole life? Have you always been a
pretty
bit of
much.
a
Yeah,
Stoitsian?
Yeah.
Ek weet nie. Maybe.
Nee, oom.
So yeah, that's quite interesting.
With some pressure, he does do his homework.
Little pressure.
Little bit. Yeah, and something that people shouldn't know.
Tell us more about the other band members. Yeah.
Oh, Dale. Okay, let's
Hey, Dale.
Smash.
Hello,
Let's start
Dale.
with Dale McHardy.
Smash!
Also known as Smash, because he has this catchphrase, Smash, buddy. Yeah.
Smash.
Dale is a different breed. He's a very cool cat. He is dedicated as hell. He works really hard. He's
Does
an
his
amazing
homework.
Guitarist. He actually does his homework. And I think we're about the same age, but I'm still the young one in the band.
Okay.
That's the way I compose myself. And then on bass, we've recently gotten a new bassist.
Mm-hmm.
Franco went on other ventures, so we decided to put my brother Bernard in the band now.
Hello, Bernard.
Hello, Bernard. And yeah, but that was very recent. That was about maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we're busy working on that, and he's pulling his weight. He's coming through. He would be the quiet Soetsinkie in the band.
Okay.
I think so. Until the show starts.
Yeah.
Then he's
goes,
one of those.
"Mom."
Then klopt sy koppie uit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now tell me, do you think that with his addition on bass, would that be a change in the sound and the flavor of the band? Potentially? Do you feel
I
it's like? Do you feel a
definitely think-
difference in the groove?
I definitely feel it. Being a drummer, obviously, drums and bass go
Of course,
together.
yes.
So there's definitely a different groove to it. Doesn't take any of the energy out of the songs though, or out of the show, whatever. I'm definitely comfortable with him on the bass. I wouldn't say more than the previous bassists or whatever. It's just because him and I have been making music for the past 25 years. together.
Right. Yeah.
So I know his groove, I know what's happening. So obviously the rhythm section is pretty tight. And then I don't know how Peter feels about jamming with Bernard. You guys get along?
Yeah.
You better.
You better, my brother.
Well, and we don't know how it will go in future, but up till now I would write the complete song.
Right.
So
Including
No, no.
bass.
Here are your bass lines.
Yeah.
Learn them.
Are you open? Sorry. Are you open for adjusting
Yeah.
what you have written? Are
No,
you,
no, of course.
So you're like, this is what I've written. You're not a dick.
Straight.
Are you?
Nah.
No.
No. But as Karel, for example, will know, on the EP we have a song called Sea of Life.
Mm-hmm.
And of course now I write a song and I program a drum track on there to get, this is the energy I'm looking at. This is the vibe I'm looking at. And I record a bass. And sometimes I have, hey, this little part
Has to be.
has to be. For example, in Sea of Life, there is a drum fragment which is snare, kick, kick, snare, da, da.
Yeah.
And I said, you can play, but that is gonna be in there.
Right, yeah.
You must.
That's
put
like
that
your
in
hook on the
there.
drums.
And so Karel did that, and I sometimes put triplets in because I like those, and then I also ask them, it's nice, but end that break with that triplet.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever you do, that's fine, because I know, I mean, and the same goes for bass. If I got a really typical bass line, and I sometimes like to have that the bass does not go together with the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
but has a counterpoint bass line.
Right.
That has to be in there.
That
Bloody
was your
learn the
visage.
track.
You envisaged it, and it needs to
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.
And it's absolute fair sense, man. If you be writing all the music, if you are writing all the music, then surely there's a lot that has to stay there out of your own input and your own creativity. That's how I see it, because that's, and also the question, are you firm on just that? But which is good. You point out the parts that you feel that has to be in there.
Yeah.
So that's great, and even with the rest of the band following suit and accepting, well, listen, there are going to be changes, and Peter's going to tell us, listen, etc. So that's great. It sounds like a good recipe
The same
for
with
your
harmonies.
band.
Although I think that goes even a bit easier. Guys in the choruses, I really want to have 4 voices live.
Okay.
And they'll sings then together with me the lead harmony.
Okay.
Bernard, one of the reasons that that we started working with Bernard is that he is a great vocalist. And how many bass players can sing? Not so many, surprisingly little. Carl here also
Apology, bassists.
No. It's
From me, that message is not endorsed by France the Planner or the Couch.
Here, a small message from the couch. If you are that bass player that can sing, let it be known, because I didn't know that many. Carl is one of the few drummers that I know that has a natural harmony ability.
Okay.
But there I say, okay guys, here's that part in the chorus, I would like harmonies. Pick one. Do what
Sing
you
what you want to sing, just don't sing the same as me, sing something else.
You can do whatever you want, as long as it sounds nice in terms
Yeah.
you don't have to be difficult about that. And it must be something that comes natural for the person that does that job.
Right, yes. That's fantastic. I love it. With live shows, doing Tomorrow's Better, would you have to sample in Melissa's voice, or do you guys have an agreement with her when you play?
We haven't spoken about this yet.
I hope by the time this video airs or goes onto YouTube, is published, that Melissa, they've spoken to you and you've told them what your what
Okay.
are
Tomorrow.
demands are.
Tomorrow, so the EP was launched yesterday, and due to weather, we are only going to record the video for Tomorrow's Better tomorrow.
So just to let the viewers know that the EP dropped on the 21st of January. I'm not sure when this video is out, but on the 21st of January, featuring Melissa Osborne. So by the time this airs, the video could potentially have been finished.
Yeah.
Right?
And when it's finished, it's out.
Yeah.
So I will definitely speak to, because of course I would love to have her on stage with us as often as possible.
Yeah. That's fantastic, man. Now, we're almost getting to the end of our segment today, our little couch visit. I think you're going to have to take the microphone back.
Oh.
Maybe you've got the right answer for this.
No.
No. When putting out your music, how do you go about that? How do you get your music all around the world? PR, A&R, ZNR, and R&B, I don't know, Zebra. R&R. The most important for the Rumkat.
All right. Actually, I have no idea, but in my case, I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I write music, I play music, I record music, I perform music. However, selling music is not my case. I am, strange as it may be, I'm slightly introvert.
Okay.
I don't like people. I do like people, and especially I like my people.
Yeah.
I like the people that I know.
The concept of people.
But to just start calling people and say, Hey, I'm Peter. We've got this amazing band, and would you like to feature us, or can we come play at your venue? No, that's not happening, and that doesn't help if you want to get your music out there, or, for example, if you want to get shows out there, because it's nice to have this fantastic song or this fantastic album out and videos, and you've made everything and you've put it there in the cloud, and apart from your grandmother, nobody has seen it.
Right.
So in this case, I have approached, and it was very difficult for me. I started just with a WhatsApp message. I have approached Devo from Devographic and said, "Bra." No, I didn't say bra.
I would love to be the fly on the wall when you go and you speak to Devo on his side. It's like, hey, brah.
No, I started with, as I explained, I started with sending him either a WhatsApp or even safer, an email. Hello.
Brah.
We've got a band, and I heard that maybe possibly you could help us and help. And then he called me, and we had a long conversation, and it ended up that he said, "Yeah, sure, I can help you." And he has been, and so the moment we have something, then no, actually I keep him in the loop all the time. The moment something is finished, I send him my very first sketch ideas. That is cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's crap. Okay.
It's nice to know that they've got more cool than crap things.
Actually, he has never said crap about anything. I tested first on my wife, and she does.
All right. 'Cause you know, she's the ultimate decision maker in the end.
This is true, and that's how it should be. If she does not like it, it will not
go down to Cape Town.
Exactly.
Speaking about down, sorry for interjecting, but all the people we speak about on the show today, including Devographic, you can find it in the links below in the description.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah. Now, I give Devo a song or an album, and he does magic. And all of a sudden, there is reviews from all over the world. There's features, appearances, interviews, radio stations.
Online concerts?
Online.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I get an email from Argentina. Hey, we hear you have a band. Would you... Oh, don't speak like that. Huh? No, we hear you have a band. Would you like to come and play for us? Huh? Yeah, but hey, Argentina is fine. No, you can just record your own concert, and we will play it for you if it is good enough. Oh, that's fantastic. Next thing we knew, we recorded a show, and we represented South Africa in an international online festival, which was aired on 500 million different websites and TV stations. Also, sometimes I lie.
It wasn't 500 or 5 million. It was more like, I think, 28,000 around the world, something like that. Or
Yeah.
2,800. I don't know, 280, 28. I don't know, 2 point. I'm kidding. It was all over. Yeah. So Devo helps you quite a bit when it comes to.
Yeah, he's fantastic. That's yeah. Our launch was yesterday. Yesterday, all over Sardine, we had, I think, 7, 8 different reviews of the EP in. Radio stations from all over the world started playing the single. This morning before I left, I checked Spotify, and I saw, and this is since yesterday morning, 2,700 something.
24
streams.
hours. Almost 3,000.
Streams on Spotify.
Right.
And well, if I'd done this alone, I would have had 7.
Fantastic. Now, Spotify, give the microphone to Rumkat.
Yeah.
Rumkat. Do you like Billy Idol?
So snarks at Jeff Rod. We literally had this conversation in the car earlier. Yeah, not really a big fan.
Not really a big fan. Okay, give the microphone back to Peter.
Snarks at Jeff Rod.
Peter knows exactly where this question is going. I take it that's why you guys spoke about Billy Idol on the way here. Give us your true feelings about Billy Idol, and I'll leave it at that for now.
Okay. I'm glad, first of all, that Billy Idol is an arrived artist. I would never have such a view of one of the bras here in South Africa.
Right, yeah.
However, I think Billy Idol is a fraud. I don't believe him. Billy Idol looks like a rocker, this punk rocker. Instead, he sings pop songs. That's not right.
Thank you so much for your honest answer, man. It was obviously just taking the mickey a little bit, but it made me think the other night with the 80s, especially the 80s, where the punk rock became a bit more in our faces, less underground. Don't you perhaps feel that back in the 80s, that image will have justified the sound that came from Billy Idol? I mean, if you look at the Beatles, and I know you want to be a Beatle, right?
Well, not anymore. Most of them are dead.
Paul, there's another geriatric here that'd like to join you, okay? But, the Beatles.
Yeah.
What if we have to place them in a genre, and a lot of people will crucify me for this, but they are soft rock, kind of. They're not rock and roll, but they're the biggest rock and roll band in the history of music.
No. I must. Let's clarify this also. Go back in time to 1962, 1963. The closest thing to rock and roll. No, rock and roll had started with Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis, etc.
Yeah, which was a transition out of blues, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the first albums that the Beatles made was also that kind of music. That's the beat. They were beatniks, and with semi-long hair, and that was unheard of. So they were transforming an image of how music should be played back in that day already. Later on, they changed their style of music and became much more experimental. And in my view, they absolutely changed the way that, let's say, pop music in the broadest sense.
Yes.
How that is made, or as in how that is composed, and how that is arranged, how songs are built up. If we had not had the Beatles, I think our musicscape would be absolutely, completely different. And that's
100%.
nothing to take away from the similar bands or slightly different bands that started up around that same time. But I think they have been so influential.
Absolutely. I'm not the biggest Beatles fan, but I do like their music, and it's absolutely true what you say. I share that sentiment about how they've changed things. Also, numerous other bands after that initially inspired by the Beatles and what they have done. And I think in a natural sense, I mean, look at Nirvana, for instance, coming from the early 90s. They changed the sound of music again and redefined genres, I think, personally.
Absolutely.
And you know, they look back at bands like the Beatles, like Elvis Presley, like, you know, coming forward. And they created something fantastic.
Yeah. One of my heroes, Mr. Grohl, he references to Beatles quite often. And he says that I wouldn't be who I was without the Beatles.
Great. I don't know when the movie is out. Again, this could be out next week from recording or 3 weeks back from release of this video. But they are doing a spoof horror movie with Studio 666. Yeah, you should see it. The trailer, I mean. I've not seen the movie. It's not out yet at this recording date. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Digressing a little bit, but yes. Love Dave Grohl, fantastic musician. I don't think there's anyone that can fault Dave Grohl. But coming back to Fourth Sun South. Oh, yeah. Do you guys have any endorsements?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You just broke 2 cameras!
Okay. It will grow back. I know you are sitting on this enormous pile of money, and it's an enormous worry for you. What to do? You already have 3 Lamborghinis and a helicopter. You love rock and roll. Ever thought about endorsing a band? If only for strings and sticks. We are not that greedy, but we can use everything. Thank you.
What a shameless bloody request out there. I love it. Thank you so much. If you can support Four Sons South in any which way you can, not just them, but all the other bands on the couch, get in touch with them. All their links is in the description below. And you can support without just listening to Spotify.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Which reminds me, I must also. So sometimes I get instructions. This is from, of course, from Devo. He says, "You're gonna go have an interview." Yes, I'm gonna have an interview. Be nice.
No, be yourself.
Please don't be yourself. Try to be a bit open. Okay. Spotify is a nice thing. Monsieur La Planète and myself have had discussions over the enormous amount of money that Spotify pays the artist. In my case, I figured out it's about half a cent per stream. And that's in rands. So you can calculate how many streams it will need to pay at least a favorable amount of money. However, all our work is also available on Bandcamp. And in Bandcamp, everything that you pay, Spotify, you can say, I don't pay. Bandcamp, you can also say that, but you can also say, I do pay. And every cent that you pay comes to us.
Bandcamp!
Yeah.
Guys, we're getting to the end of our little recording today. On the couch with Franz and Fourth Sun South.
Yay.
Rawr. Rumkat.
Ram.
Ram. Final words from your side, Rumkat. Plug.
I don't have much to say. All I can say is rock and roll, dude.
Happy days. All that needs to happen is rock
Pretty
and
much
roll.
it. That is life. That is music is it.
Do you often not wear shoes?
I never wear shoes.
Aha.
Yeah.
There's another musician also in Pretoria that I know that never wears shoes. He plays bass guitar. Meneer Reinhard Meinhard of Deathspringer.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the barefoot
him as well.
bassist.
Yeah. I don't think I've worn shoes in the last 3 years now.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a carpenter. So I do woodwork and we're working from home. So I don't need to wear shoes when I do that. And as another venture on the side, I work with pets. So I vaccinate animals at people's houses, which I also do without shoes.
Okay.
And then I'm so busy with the music, which I don't need shoes for either. So yeah, I have a pair of flip-flops though,
Okay.
but they don't get used.
And you use great conditioner?
Mm-mm.
Not.
No.
It's natural
Yeah, just
beauty.
let it go. It is what it is. Yeah. So no shoes ever. No, I got the
Okay.
inspiration from, I don't know if you know the band called the Silver Creek Mountain Band.
Yes, I do.
Yes. So
Yes, they actually, I got a hold of them through YouTube a while back as they come up
yes.
as a recommendation.
Okay, so Rod Dry, the old dude who plays the double bass in Silver Creek, my mother and him are together. So since I met him, he doesn't wear shoes either. Since I met him, we spoke about it and I just got the inspiration from this. Just, why the fuck do I need shoes? I don't
Right.
need them. So
You
I
can
just-
pull out thorns, I suppose.
No, they don't go in.
It's been calloused up so much, they don't even go into his
Yeah.
freaking souls.
Poor thorns, dude. Shame.
Poor thorns, yeah. Oh man, thanks. I appreciate your time. And
Appreciate you, man.
you, Peter, have a gig after our little recording today.
I do.
And I know this will be again in hindsight when we watch this. Do some plugging. Other than requesting, just do some plugging, events, upcoming shows. Tell the people where we can find your links in the description below. Where you playing tonight or this afternoon?
Tonight I'm playing at a Whisk, and this is an oldies show. At first they said we were going to do an 80s show, so I had to get out some 80s songs, and then they said, no, it's oldies. Okay, well, I swapped a couple of songs for probably a bit older songs than 80s. And so I'm going to do that. So I'm not going to play any originals. More shows that are coming. We need more.
There we go. Get in touch with the band. Get in touch with Devographic Artist Management, not Meaningment, Management. And if you would like to book Fourth Sun South, yeah, do it, man. Do it. Yeah. Maybe you'll get to see Melissa Osborne on stage with them.
Ooh, yes. You wait until you see that video. She is absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it. Now, before I say goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, guys, are you done? Have you said your goodbyes? Love your moms, dads, your uncles, and I don't know. Any?
We had that interview last Thursday, and you asked me the same question, and I stick with what I said then. Just be nice to one another, and while you're at it, try to be the best person that you can. You know, the person that your dog thinks that you are.
Fantastic words. Always positive. Always encouraging. And now, Peter will play us a live unplugged from the couch song. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. It's been fun. Subscribe, follow the band there, and descriptions below. Give them some love. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. It's been fun. Keep it heavy. And remember, let metal shape you. Cheers now.
I've got everything. I've got you to smile. I am soaring high without ever watching low. Everything is easier. I feel so complete. We started a different way, but it's coming along. I'm coming home. going side to side. Knew there was a high, couldn't see it below. Everything is easier, I feel so complete. We start a different way, but it's coming along, and I'm coming home. But I'm coming home. Got to come home. Won't you take me along? Oh, won't you take me home?
Yeah, thank you so much. What a treat. Thank you very much, Peter. Fantastic. That was called
Home.
Home.
Do you like another one?
If you got time for another.
I got all the time in the world.
All right.
We spoke about this song before.
Yeah.
It's called Positive.
Lovely. He's a cunt. He's a planet on his own. Really want to know him? He's France, the planet.
She told me she was of royal descent. I said I don't care. But if it helps you to pay the rent, would you say that it's fair? Can you sing a song the way it was meant? I wanna feel your soul touching mine. Wanna know that the world is fine. I really wanna know, told you so. I really wanna know, so positive though. I really wanna know, it's the way to go. I wanna know. I took it to the places that I go, and to show them my life, and the people that you would get to know before becoming my wife. The way you sing caresses my soul. Do you see our shadows in the moonlight? And is tonight the night? I really wanna know, told you so. I really wanna know, it's all positive though. I really wanna know, it's the way to go. I wanna know. She could do anything, rule over distant countries, but now she wears my ring. Alright, the world has turned a bit around its axis. With so much to create, does magic seep through the cracks? Are we still chasing fate? We'll never know where this road leads. Is there a song to sing? If you give your life all it wanna know, it's the way to go. I wanna know. That was positive.
That was positive, yes!
Thank you, man.
Thank you so very, very much.
You're welcome.
You're a scholar and a gentleman.